morning. Welcome to cloudy and overcast Winnipeg. Yeah, the weather reporting individuals say we've got a 30% chance of rain off and on during today, so we'll see how it goes. There was no sunrise, and I haven't seen the walkers yet, so we'll see what happens. All right, this was the problem. The new one came yesterday afternoon. I plugged it in. It worked right out of the box. Right away. All four monitors could be on at the same time. And that's the whole idea. Now, mind you, I don't have it that way right now. Right now, the one in the computer room is on. This one is on. And the one in the bathroom is on. The one in the bedroom, I turned it off during the day. So anyway, once again, you're getting more information than you need. Now, I made a mistake yesterday when I was talking about when I was in the Honda Rebel Part 18, when we went to the hobby store. Now, in case you haven't seen it, we do not go into the hobby store. We just ride past it. The whole idea of that ride was just to see what's it like to get there and back, you know? What's the road like? You don't really pay a lot of attention to the road when you're driving a car, you know. But on a motorbike and especially my scooter, you gotta watch for the bumps. And here in Winnipeg, the frost heaves in the wintertime, you know, they create havoc on our roads. So yeah, so anyway, it went fine. Ride went fine. I can see now that if I have to buy a little jar of paint this summer, I can just hop on my bike, weather permitting, and go and get it. That'd be kind of fun. Now, yeah. So I made a mistake in that video. I'm going to try and set it straight. A lot of people maybe didn't even notice because nobody commented on it. But it bothers me, and so anyway, yeah, if I make a mistake, I make a retraction. I don't try to hide it and stuff like that. So that doesn't make me better than anybody else. It just, that's the way I am. Okay, okay, what are we going to do today? Well, we're going to continue to get the parts we need here in step 29. There's not quite as many as in 28, but there's quite a few. Looks like, yeah, the N50 here and the N9 have to be glued together. Otherwise, it looks like, and the N11 and the N10 have to be glued together, and P19 stuck on it. Yeah, so that most of these pieces are individual little pieces that are probably going to get painted with the Tamiya XF66. I think I mentioned this, but if I get the Yamato, my plan is to not have a whole myriad of different paints. I'm going to stick with the Tamiya brand because the XF paints are easy to clean. They don't plug up my airbrush and all that kind of stuff. I think I might be more willing to use the airbrush if I know I'm not going to have any problems. Well, my plan is to revamp the Yamato table in the back a bit. I'm thinking of moving my paint sprayer booth. Right now I've got it on to, when I'm sitting at the table, it's on my left hand side like it was here, but it's taking up about a third of the table the way it is. And I think what I'm going to do is I've got my wife's old wheelchair off to on the right hand side. I'm going to find another place to put that, and maybe I'll make a stand for the spray booth where the wheelchair now is parked. It might be nice if I could sort of incorporate some sort of a vent so that it would vent out the window. I could have the window open at least in the summertime. Anyway, okay, I'm starting to think out loud here. Let's recompose here. I don't think I've got any other news. Actually, I'm going to just go ahead and nip these parts off camera and just get it done so that we can move ahead here. yeah, there's some pretty big parts actually. At least I think they're big. On the P sprue, yeah, it looks like these pieces here. Oh, comparatively speaking, they're big, right? Okay, let me just get at that, and hopefully the next time I see you, unless Missy the dog comes by. I mean, yeah, she's due by here in about an hour. I should have these pieces all nipped off and cleaned up in an hour. I would think. Okay, yeah, I won't get the camera down here and show you anything unless I come across something that's extremely different and interesting. Otherwise, I'm just going to shut up here and get this done. So here we go. Okay, as near as I can tell here, I have circled all the numbers on the manual, which means that I have nipped all these parts. And it turns out there is more than what I thought there was. And I still have not yet got the flashing and sprue connections off of the various pieces. The smallest ones were the little wheels, which we have, the Z19s, which we used before. And then this is the largest one, and we did get this one, I don't know what, about a month ago when I was painting all the decks. So yeah, so this they go from this size on down to the little wheel. I think that what I'm going to do now is probably going to take me an hour. This is taking longer than I thought. It always does. Yeah. Maybe I'm going to take a bit of a break. We'll go back into the computer room, and I'll explain that mistake that I made in yesterday's motorcycle ride. It wasn't a serious mistake. It was just something that I said that was not correct. And it just sort of bothered me because it was a stupid mistake. I should have known. Anyway, let's go in the back and take a look at that. Okay, we are in the back on the computer. And yesterday, in the motorcycle ride, I was saying something about this is the perimeter highway. And then I went on to say, I was talking about the farmland. And the mistake I made was when I was talking about the farmland. And I was talking about the quarter sections. And maybe I should move in just a little bit here if I can. Okay, I hope this is not going to go and blur out on me. Okay, I was saying that this was a quarter section, but it's not. This is actually a whole section. And what the reason I figured that out later was when I was looking at the map, and here's the Winnipeg International Airport. Used to be called Stevenson Field a long time ago. Now I think it's called Richardson International Airport or something like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Now this runway right here, I know from experience that it is 2 miles long. The reason I know that is because back in the early 70s, I actually landed an airplane on this runway. This runway in this direction is number 36, and if you come from the other way, it's called 18. And the reason it's not square to the world is because it's positioned magnetically. That's the magnetic north is slightly off to the right. I think it's 6 degrees, something like that, here in Winnipeg. Apparently it's changing. Anyway, so afterwards I was realizing, well, if this is a mile from here to here, that makes Winnipeg only about 6 miles across, and I knew that Winnipeg is about 15 miles across. It's not a little city. Well, I guess compared to some like Tokyo, yes, it is. But anyway, so that was my mistake, and it kind of bothered me that I got that wrong. Yeah, this one's easier to see right here. Now, what I'm drawing the cursor around is a section, a mile, and this would be the quarter section, not this whole thing. Anyway, you know what? I got a feeling I've even confused you even more. Oh, by the way, when we go for our rides, and I'm talking about Birds Hill, Birds Hill is out here. Oh boy, do I ever get off the subject. Let's get back to editing here. Some pretty big parts, actually. At least I think they're big. On the piece. I saw you coming. I saw you coming. Well, it's raining, eh, Max? It's raining.
It's raining.
Well, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah, I guess you won't be sitting on the box today.
Not today. Be a little wet. I gotta track down some papers.
My, oh my. How time flies when you're having fun. Some of these pieces that we have here are smaller than the piece of sprue that I nipped off. Anyway, we'll put the, no, I guess we won't put the macro lens on. We'll recompose and I'll move in just a little bit closer here. And we should be able to see some of this really small stuff. At least that's the plan. Everything now is cleaned up and ready to paint, as near as I can tell. Okay, I'll just recompose here. Okay, I think we've been all the way around. But the only thing I haven't shown in this episode that we usually show is the walkers. So here's the walkers from this morning. Well, just moments ago I was outside giving Missy the dog her afternoon treat. She comes by around 8:30, 1 o'clock, and then around a little after 5. And yeah, anyway, if it wasn't for stuff like that, there wouldn't be much to show you today, because I did a lot of off-camera stuff. I actually did spend quite a bit of time here trying to get these pieces reasonably acceptable for painting. But I'm going to wind her up here. There is a small chance that I'm going to be able to get out on my bike today. When I was outside there, it hasn't rained now for about 2 hours, but who knows what's coming. We talk about the weather a lot. We talk about the weather way too much. However, yeah, I'm gonna call it quits here. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I got a coffee visitor, so at 3:30 he's going to be coming over. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we're gonna see you tomorrow.